I've been making more software, and the good news is I updated the MakerDeck.net website this afternoon. I was thinking, I need to have a one place to put all these Maker apps that I'm making, and so I just put it on MakerDeck. Of course, they're still listed in my arcade too. And I reached out. I'm working on. Well, I showed you. Sorry, let me finish the sentence before I stem 14. Shit. You know what's coming down the pike. I've only told a couple of people, including a key person who gave it, I would say, a hefty amount of praise. I talked to somebody else about launching something on their stream because I think it'd be a big impact, specifically for the maker community. So I don't really want to talk about that thing that you and I were kind of futzing with at the Vibe Coding meetup. But I've released other apps and been working on other apps in the interim. And I thought, I was going to start with this, even though I've got, makes to show off. And I haven't printed a lot this week because, honestly, I've been vibe coding so much. Makes, I'm still making. I still got a little shelf, but not boom, 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 boom. I'm so far behind. I'm still putting together KB figures on my desk. They're sitting here, on my desk, and I have to get them together, and it's not a big deal. It's just going to take a few minutes. But I've been working through them slowly as, I sit there and I'm going, okay, I need to, do this, do that. But then I ignore everything else on my desk. We're all in the same boat sometimes. So here's the next tool I will talk about that I am working on. Hey, DJ Midnight Wolf. Actually, DJ Midnight Wolf, if you want to PM me on Discord, I'd be happy to send you a private link. See if you could test something for me. You could also test this if you wanted to. Let me go ahead and go big. Go big or go home. This is another tool. Thank you, Corey Man, for subscribing for 12 months in a row. Happy year. I'm into ASCII art. I'm into 3D printing. And what I wanted to do was create a tool that took SVG logos and converted them into ASCII art to 3D print. So anybody will be able to use this. This is a beta test as I was kind of working through a few kinks, quite a few bugs. This is the tool right here. There's the model. And what I learned was specifically that the problem with the printing these pieces on top of this base is that they're easy to fleck off. Boom, boom. I was just clicking. I'm like, this is a problem. So what this tool will do is take any SVG logo. So let's go ahead and drag MakerDeck's logo into it, fashion it, and I've got to work with it a bit more to make sure that it works. I can increase the resolution, if you will. I can include a fatter GIF scaling, the depth of extrusion for the characters, and then when exported, it'll export as a 170 by 170 tile, perfect for mini printers. But of course, you could scale it up if you want to on your side of things. But this is a way to create ASCII art logos, 3D print. You can even, since it's all, if this is you can drag and drop an image in there as well. And it looks like I have to fix that bug as well. But since it's all, the MakerDeck logo is black, the SVG, I can choose a mixed cycle. So it mixes up the characters rather than just being a single @ sign, but it's still ASCII art of your logo. Here's something appropriate. I got to fix the preview. The Apple logo.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nice? You can also choose a custom set. So you can choose you can make a letter or whatever number. You can choose your own character. But that's the idea behind doing this. You can now 3D print, and you can also change the corner radius, the base thickness, the padding around the logo. But this is something that anybody should be able to print and use. So I'm in the final phases of testing. I'm printing it out on the X1 Carbon, and again in exporting the 3MF. The idea is that the characters are embedded, so they start printing at lower layers in the base, so that they're connected under the base, so that they can't be flecked off. They're indelibly intertwined with the base, and I think that's going to solve the problem. Like I said, this is kind of a version 1. I've got a few more things that I definitely want to address, but you can also use it if you want on images. So if I add like another logo, see if I can find another, like a colorful logo. What would be a good color logo to use? What about this thing from, this is a horrible thing to use, but this graphic from Discord. I don't know if this is going to work. Hey, it did! I just did a screenshot of that little happy thing that shows up when you go into Discord and you wave at somebody. It generated it. You know what I'm talking about? It generated the image from it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So again, it was just a kind of a screenshot, and you can again change different values, getting different outcomes. You can still see it there. You can invert it if you want. So yeah, I basically I made that graphic by doing a screen grab. That was a quick and dirty, and then I can create that as a 3MF to a 3D print. And every one of these little things, they're not just standing on top of the plate; they're underneath the plate as well. So they shouldn't fleck off, especially if you keep the default height, the base padding closer to like 1 millimeter, because that way, or just under. Not the base padding, the glyph scaling, I think. No, extrusion depth. That's what I was talking about. So just keeping that at a couple of layers should do you well enough. And then they shouldn't get knocked off. But that one is not publicly available yet. I can make it available right now if you want. If you want to test it, that's fine. But and there's even, I think, if you want to, you can load an image or an SVG. I don't have a link to the SVG tool from here, but either way, ASCII Forge is coming down the pike, another MakerDeck tool, linking to MakerDeck here, of course. But this is one of 2 Maker tools that I plan on uploading within hopefully the next week. I gotta wait to hear if this other entity wants to announce this other tool on their live stream. But I've been busy making tools for makers to make things, because I thought it'd be neat to have ASCII art prints, like a logo of yours, ASCII or Star or something. Yeah, ASCII. And as I said, it still kind of needs to be dialed in a bit. My concern is making sure that the characters are big enough to be printed, especially on a 0.4 nozzle. Especially these being smaller characters, there's a greater chance that they won't print well. Because they're so small, and so it's making sure that they're big enough, right?
Yeah.
In the actual print or printing process, I should say. So yeah.
I started working on a tool to print name tags too.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
Because I print these for our meetup, when people come back and return.
Yeah.
So I've been actually working on making a tool for that. I started it before the chaos over the weekend, but
oh wow.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll have that done this week, and then we can add that to the list as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good tool, especially if people are coming to the makeup and they just want to make their own, and then you can customize the coloring and all of that too, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
The text on there. So I'm also thinking about doing like a double line too, so you can do either single or double, and you can put like your social handles on there too.
Okay, that makes sense.
I've always wanted to do this, but I think I'm going to try putting in a NFC tag into it as well.
Yeah,
so that way,
that'd be great.
It can go to your link in bio, or it can go to one of your socials, or
I so need. Do they? Okay, so just create a negative volume in there in the 3MF, and if you want, take the code that I've built, because it's just HTML. There's no dependency, so you can go to the link that I'm talking about, because it has a negative volume construct in there. You just, I think, have to pause it at like layer 10 or some such. But YouTube isn't live. It should be. I've got it going out everywhere. MakerDeck. It's on the MakerDeck channel, not the Chris Pirillo channel.
Oh, I was
it should be on that channel. But this is that's the way to do it. The user would have to pause at that layer and then
put in
insert, and then I think K2 had recommended an adhesive NFC tags. Otherwise, it kind of blows around. The alternative would be with an NFC tag, depending on which one, making a slot
That's
or like
what
a
I,
spaced.
yeah, that's what I originally tried to do before a few months ago when I was trying to do the same tool. But that became a little more harder because, it just measurements wise and all of that, trying to get it to slide into the and be tight in there.
It's
as
a little
well,
tricky.
too. It just kept failing after that point. So I think putting the adhesive tag in there I think would be a lot better.
An adhesive tag would work. Or of course you could always just tape it to the back or glue it to the back. Something. You know, easy. It's you wouldn't have to get too complex with it if someone wanted to put it inside. Because I might just end up doing that I just glue it to the back of the existing one.
Yeah.
Rather than making a new one, but it's fun. Like we'll get it linked on the MakerDeck site too.
Yeah.
Those tools.
Hopefully have it done this week.
Okay, great.
Like I said, I started it on Sunday, but
that's hilarious. It's so cool. Like it's just you don't realize how easy it is. Like here's the idea. Here's what we have to do. Here are the problems I'm running into.
I originally tried to do it like almost 9 or 10 months ago on ChatGPT, but it just didn't. It didn't work out.
No, ChatGPT. It's not.
Claude, it's way much easier. It's so much easier.
My God.
Like it is.
I just upgraded my subscription. I'm now my workflow is Gemini still my base. Kind of get it going, get it started, and then when it's like really heavy lifting bug fixing time, I've learned to pass it to Claude. Sometimes I've had to pass it back and forth. I'm like, okay, this isn't working right. And then I go back and forth between Gemini, but Gemini's changed to the point where it's not as strong as it used to be. And I was able to usually to work through a lot of those issues, but some of the technical stuff, the technical lifting stuff, Claude has done a fantastic job with that I can't do otherwise.
Yeah.
And I plan on making more Maker apps too, coming down the pike. And so are you going to be uploading, are you going to upload it to the MakerDeck.net site or are you going to be hosting it somewhere? Do you know?
Yeah, I'll put it up on MakerDeck.net.
Okay.
So when it's done. I can also show you some of the progress that I made. I didn't get a lot of progress done on the print log.
The site that you... Yeah, you can pull it up.
So let me pull that up.
And sorry, Pixel, you were saying were you able to get that converter program you're working on working? I don't remember which converter. I've been working on a few things. I don't know what the converter program is, but it is entirely plausible that I did.
Okay, there we go. So anyway, I kind of worked on the flow a little bit better. So putting it on to having Claude monitor a photo monitoring a a folder wasn't a viable idea. I didn't feel
right.
So it was a bit harder. So what I did is I created a Notion. So Notion's a tool for like databases and everything. And I created a Notion with like where I got the product from, what status it is. So if it's in the queue, then it'll pop up here in the queue. If I printed it and it's being printed, then it will then show up down here. If it's featured, then it'll show up in here. But it'll essentially monitor that Discord, or sorry, not that Discord, that Notion. And then when something new changes in it has a connection directly to Notion. It will then take that information when I change something in Notion, and then it'll fetch it and update everything, including the image. I'll attach the image to it, and then it'll upload the image to as well. So I'm still working with the image area here. Like you can see, this one didn't upload correctly, so it's not always doing it right. And then sometimes it uploaded the wrong image to the wrong file. So I've still got to tweak around with that a little bit. So, and then I just did some aesthetic, changes and stuff like that to make it a little cleaner. But that's where I've gotten so far. And then I've also told Claude, and I'm trying to do this in a way that I can do this, but I told Claude kind of what the ultimate goal of this is making a 3D print log on MakerDeck.net. Okay. And so we've kind of talked a little bit about that. I didn't want to use up all my credits and everything on it.
I told
him this is the ultimate goal. I want to fork this project and then turn it into a MakerDeck community where people can upload, and then share on their social medias if they want to do that. And so we've kind of looked at some design options, and we've kind of looked at some back end, work that would need to be done. So
you would definitely at that level where it was like that, you'd want to run I think it's not TaskRabbit, CodeRabbit. I think is the name of it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
To scan for like security and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So anyway, we're working through that, and I've reached out to a couple people too that, do security and stuff like that to try and work on some ideas. So, but it's a start. It's coming along. So we get a lot of time.
That's the thing.
But I think the Notion database is a lot better physical option for keeping track of this, and it's just one place to upload, and then I can easily do it from my phone and upload it to that database and put the photo in there, and then once it notices a change, then it'll go in and update the website. So so that
makes sense. I mean, it really does. I mean, I can't imagine people not wanting to do something like that. I mean, even in a general sense, the public print log of here's what I'm making, just automating it, making it simple, providing hooks such that all I got to do is just publish it to Discord or send an image to the bot or whatever, just making it stupid simple. I think is a good thing.
So long term, I think this could be something that I upload to GitHub, and then other people can download and then also set it up on their own. And I think it'll be a useful tool for people, and kind of just a portfolio of what you printed, and then you're also sharing the models that you printed with other people too, because I always like to see what other people are printing. It's one of the things about MakerDeck that it's all about, is MakerDeck. It's always fun to sit there and watch and see what everybody else is printing. So, dude,
I'm telling you, and so I got to think about like how to better contextualize. I mean, it depends on what you want to do with it, right? Like, because I think the flow makes sense. For you, like one individual, I'm trying to think like if self-hosting is a lot easier to manage than setting up a whole because managing a platform, I'm telling you, the more it becomes a thing. And it becomes a drain on something. It's too problematic. It's not going, it won't work. So I got a noodle on it because
that's why I think about putting it on GitHub and then putting a link to it where people can download it and then put it on Netlify or whatever they want to host it on.
And
or
you
even
should.
GitHub,
but I think the approach is bear with, okay? Just bear with.
Sure.
I think if it was, your current flow, you got the Notion doc, and you put your makes in there, which it totally makes sense, and you've got your queue, but like to make it simple and where community is already participating. If it was a Discord bot or something that was monitoring a channel, Discord. I mean, Discord bots are not fun, and I know there's an API, et cetera, but that's where the community might be. Or or for example, if they're a vetted user and they said, oh, I'm a vetted user on, and it's a white, they don't call them whitelist anymore, but like a vetted user list on the back end that no one controls, no one sees, said, yeah, I'm on Blue Sky and I post makes all the time. And if they remember the hashtag MakerDeck and they're a vetted user, the bot on Blue Sky could pick it up and go, oh, okay, we can include, so you're the name, and we know this person's profile because we got all their information, the photo, the link, all that data could be scraped automatically from where they're publishing in social, or if Discord's too heavy a lift, X, wherever, Threads, wherever the hell, as long as they, whatever the keyword happens to be, tag MakerDeck, include MakerDeck, and then it's include even on Instagram or TikTok or what, I don't know if those APIs necessarily work as well. but the idea would be that it could automatically be culled, because then you wouldn't have to worry about user management so much, and it's kind of more controlled as opposed to unwieldy. I think a Discord bot would probably, as heavy a lift as it would be.
Well, and there is a Discord bot that can download and save files. So if we set up a Discord bot that could download and save files to Notion or something like that,
where,
it could scrape the information off of there, like you said, and post it. That's what Notion, or that's what Claude had originally told me to do. Is this is an image that scrapes, and saves all the files. Because one thing too, like if you're using the web browser, unless you have an extension in there, Chrome saves it as a WEP file or something like that instead of a JPEG file, which then can't be used on social media platforms. So you then have to convert it and everything. So alternatively, I think that using a bot on GitHub to get that information and push it out there might be the ideal solution to doing.
You mean for self-hosting?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or using the bot that's already out there that downloads the images and then either puts them in a Notion, or there's also AirTag.
But why? It wouldn't make sense. I mean, if it was a service that was running on a web server.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's using Notion as a database, Claude, I guess, but I don't know if that scales.
You could run Claude, but you'd have to keep one of the problems that I ran into, that if I save all the files on there, my computer's not connected to the internet, Claude doesn't check it. So it has to be like a self-hosted computer that's always connected to the internet, always running Claude, and
it doesn't.
The connection, it downloads once a week, and automatically notices changes and then publishes. So it's something to think about, but I definitely think this is a good idea, and I'm going to continue with it, and we'll see where it takes us.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, no, I got what you're saying. Absolutely. They used to do that on like TV shows, like on news shows, like, you could tag. They even do it at like the Mariners games and some of the sports games, where if you use this hashtag, then you can end up on the big screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I totally get it. If you use a hashtag like Tag Maker Deck, then
I'm trying to think.
You're a vetted user, you could end up on there. Yeah, I agree with that.
We've got all these users, and to get them to participate in Discord, if they do this in the show and tell channel or whatever, then it's automatically captured, scraped, posted to the website.
Yeah.
And then more importantly, from that, it gets into it gets very complex very fast. But like, to be able to at least have a string or a queue of, here's some new tweets to post, you wouldn't have to use the API or anything, but here, it stacked them for you. Like, here, either copy and paste or press a button, and then it automatically goes into a tweet, not having to use the API, so that, someone running the MakerDeck X could automatically say, Joe Dokes posted blah, 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 blah. Here, with blah, here's the information structured, boom, done. Image is there, make is there, name is there, etc. Just to, again, automate more of that social process, and I guess in reverse. Automating that would take an API call, I think, because even X is wanting to tamp down on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But I definitely think it's a good idea, and it's worth it.
Yeah. So. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. So. Like it's I mean I'm interested. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like in what in that and how it kind of comes together. And again, I got to put my mind around it, because I know what you're doing for your use case, but I'm like trying to put my mind around it for a greater case, for the lack of a better way of framing it. Like what it would look like.
Yeah.
From a community standpoint of sharing everybody's. One person, it's easy. It's just a simple workflow. But the moment you start adding,
it can get
other users
real quickly.
Yeah, and I again, I'm trying to think what's the what could be a streamline. I mean, ultimately, it's your project. You can do take it whichever way you might want. And I think there's extreme value in doing it and uploading it, to GitHub so that other people can, publish their own on their own domains.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll share some of the stuff that Claude and I had talked about.
Yeah,
You can kind of look at it and see what we've done.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I'm
we
curious.
came up with ultimately a design for it, and then it gave me some ideas, and one of the ideas was create a bot, for
bot. That's what I was thinking, like a bot.
Yeah. So I can explore some more of that too, and then we can connect to.
Yeah. I was curious.
I actually might join your vibe coding on Thursday too, and work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You should, because that's the fun of it.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
definitely.
personally, I think that's the fun of it, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I like seeing what people are doing, what they're up to, and talking through processes. Yeah, this warrants a deeper conversation, Matt. I'd like to see, I mean, what you have works, but I'd like to continue to talk through it, because makers need this, and certainly the MakerDeck community would need something like this as well, and to architect it in such a way that it's not going to be a tax on your time once it's going. It's like these one-off tools. I'm like, here it is. You're on your own. Like, I am not going to worry about user management or any of that BS. So I think from that aspect, I'd be very cautious about user management and databases, etc., because it's going to become a drain on your time.
Yeah.
Quicker than if you set up the bot and you set up the structure for it. Even if we have to have people format it differently to validate to go up on the website or to be tweeted out or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
It would still make for an itch. I kind of wonder. Because we have the Hello 3PO bot that someone has that's tied in on the actual. Who is it? Liz knows. Talk to Liz of who's doing the 3PO bot, because we've got a Twitch hook already. So people could natively do some stuff on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? And that could feed data to wherever that data is.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if we used the Hello 3PO bot, because they say, here's what I'm printing now, here's the link, here's more information. So MakerDeck.net could have a live, feed of like, this is what someone, like, the data is it's being pushed out, it's being hit by 3PO. The data's somewhere. At least the link and title, who's making it, 3 bits of information, minus the finished product. But the finished product, if posted to...
Yeah, but like if we did on MakerDeck.net, have the stream running, and then have like a list of what people are printing, the username and everything too, I think that would be really cool too. So
I think that's the way to do it, through the Hello 3PO bot. And I can't remember who's managing it, because Fucko the Clown couldn't do it anymore.
Okay, well, we can definitely check with Liz on it.
Yeah, I'd ask, because that would be the gateway. I think that would get you a lot. That would get us 99% of the way, because you have the data. People are constantly using the Hello 3PO bot. All the information is in there, could easily be surfaced on MakerDeck. A quote unquote database could be recording and collecting, like, this person made this many things, this person did that. I mean, that data's got to be recorded somehow, somewhere, I'd imagine, in the Hello 3PO bot. I just don't know what he's doing to expose the data, because no one's asked from the makes, apart from on the fly.
Yeah. Well, I'll join. We can talk about it more in the vibe.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I will.
On your prints?
Yeah. Am I going to do this right? I think. Yes, I did it right. I'm going to start here. This was a model on MakerWorld, a Rex head. I feel I did a decent job with the top of it. Added more layers. Not exactly perfect. I didn't adjust the layer height at all, but I just added more layers and went with a concentric fill. But I scaled it down big time. But I was like, what am I going to do for a Rex head or a clone head? And I just went with this a gray. Good standby. It's what I'm printing with now. Speaking of heads, severed heads, I found this wonderful C3PO bucket thing.
Yeah, I saw
went
that.
with that octagram infill on the bottom and the top. I just love this. It's the best pattern ever. This came together rather well. Don't know where it's going to go. Don't know what's going to have in it. but I thought it was a nice model. The recent model on see, I can look. I'm in there. I'm in 3PO's head if I just hold it the right way.
There you go.
Yeah. Like real life, really.
Yeah.
Some people think I'm a droid, but I'm not. I may carry an Android phone, but I'm not a droid. Some overhangs in the back. They weren't properly supported, but minor snag. Not a big deal for me. It's not. Sometimes I run into issues where I'm like, I kind of
bowl or something too.
Yeah, it could be. If it was larger, it could be a candy dish. It could be anything, right? I don't know what it's going to be. I tend to print smaller things unless I need them to be bigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
I found a place for my Rex head.
There you go.
Never thought I'd say that out loud, but I just did. I'm going to be printing a Vader version of this that was just released on Maker World. Looks like I've got some loose threads that I got to remove. It is a fidget trooper.
Oh, nice.
That comes apart. It's a print in place. And the maker uploaded this one. I'm like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And there's also a Vader one. This is a fun one. I know, even though my daughter Jedi is not into Star Wars as much as I am, I have a feeling she's going to love this, and she's going to want this one and the Vader one to take along with her. It's got some degree of heft. Very well done. It's a very nice model to begin with, even if it wasn't just a fidget, but it's a great fidget as well. Probably one of the top fidgets, at least for Star Wars fidgets, that I've seen to date. Very, very clean, very easy.
I almost was going to print it, and then I didn't end up printing it, and I think I'm actually going to print it now.
You should. Like the Vader one, I think is if this one worked well, I think the Vader one's going to work just as well. Very easy. I don't know if I'm going to print too many more of them, but now I've got a good go-to solid Star Wars fidget print. I'd rather print a fidget helmet than a full-on helmet. I mean, all about the heads and helmets this week. Apparently. Speaking of heads and helmets, Kiss the Ring, Matt. I enlarged the ring.
Wow, yeah.
From its ring. So like, I'm not going to use it as a ring. Like I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I thought, maybe I'll do it bigger. And I had this filament out for something else that didn't turn out as well as I'd like, but I think it really worked well. This dichromatic.
Oh yeah, that's
silk magenta blue.
Yeah,
turned out very, very well. I was very, very happy with the outcome. In fact, I could probably print it bigger and be just as happy. Smaller, I don't know. But I found that design on Maker World. I'm like, that's fantastic. I pulled that out because I was going to print. I'll go with this next. Or I did print this Mario Trooper.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the reason I chose this filament is because off the shelf, it looks like it's more of a mix of magenta and blue, but when you actually print it, it's more purple and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up because there's super tiny specks of glitter, blue and potentially like magenta glitter in the purple.
You can just faintly see it.
Yeah, so I mean, you can definitely see it IRL, but like because of the brightness in here, it's probably not going to show up, but it's a great model. The Mario Stormtrooper model is I love these types of models because you're not going to find these figurines in the store. You're just not. So I thought when I did this one, I'm like, I really want to try that in the red and the blue. So I printed another one in the red and the blue, but it ultimately didn't turn out as well as I thought it was going to. So I think I'm going to stick with this one as kind of my definitive Mario Stormtrooper print. But this was a great one of the highlights from this week. I'm not going to say this is the lowlights from this week, but these are easily AI generated busts. You can tell some of the details were really fudged, like not perfect, not like what you'd expect from a model that was finely tuned. But you know what? They work. I like them, and I'm fine in printing them out. I don't see too many things that are like, oh god, that's horrible. Like apart from this, is how you know it's AI. If you know the back of a Stormtrooper, that's not what the back of a Stormtrooper looks like. That's not where those components go in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it was obviously AI generated. Same creator posted this one as well. And I thought, okay, yeah, worth a shot. So I didn't want to spend too much filament on it, but I had some pink out, so I used the pink. I reprinted. I had done another Chewbacca with a silk filament that broke. This is the same sparkly filament that I showed before with the Stormtrooper Mario. The finger snapped, which I was disappointed by because I really would have liked to use that filament. I don't have many purple sparkly Wookiees, So I decided to go with that one for this as well. And I thought it turned out rather nice for that figurine. This one, originally printed it in a silk filament. The Maul mech. Printed it in silk, but had problems specifically with the saber. It was too thin. In fact, you can see here it's kind of bent.
Yeah.
I've got to be very careful because easily snapped, easily broken. And I had fewer issues with this one, removing it from removing the supports from it. But I would say that it turned out rather well. Scaled it up a little larger the second time around compared to the first time. But this was a nice model to go with. Again, the Maul. Oh, wait, hang on. Sometimes I find like random supports that I totally missed in cracks and crevices. I just pulled supports out of Darth Maul's butt. Again, sentences I never thought I would say.
I printed a Chewbacca this week, and I was looking at it again before we went on, and I was like, oh, there's a booger hanging from his nose, and it was a support hanging from his nose.
That's how it goes. Got to watch those supports. I hope I don't snap this. I'm trying to get that saber.
Almost can't watch.
I know. I'm like, no. Okay, it's good enough. If I don't look at it, I'm fine. If I don't think about it, I'll be fine. The last thing I made was one of the first things I made, because as I get deeper down, that's the earlier ones. Someone had uploaded a really nice scan, potentially, of the McQuarrie Vader Pop vinyl, Funko Pop vinyl.
Yeah.
So I just eyeballed the scale. Even the label I thought was done rather well. So I decided to keep it on its base and use the octagram spiral there on that top finish.
Cape turn out? Does he have a cape?
A cape?
Yeah. Does he have a cape? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cape turned out well. This it was I want to say it was a Galaxy filament from Polymaker. Kind of and I think this camera actually does a decent job at pulling out the color as bright as it looks right now. It's actually a little deeper than that. The red reflection is just the curtains, but it's a deep blue with a very nice sheen to it. Kind of like the original Vader was a little bluish, a darker blue. That's why I decided to go with this blue or bluer color for this particular Vader. So to me, that's really not a lot of makes for a week. It's a small amount, not incredible, but it's still something. I'm in the process of making more
tools. So
I've been making a few things and producing events amongst other things. So I've been a little busy making.
Yeah, definitely.
Your turn.
All right, I'll start the smallest and go up. So I printed this duck. You might have printed this before, but I'm trying to fill some spots.
Oh yeah, the Mando duck. Yep.
Bathroom. Yeah. So this is a Lando. I did it in a silver filament. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
And then I printed this Darth Vader chunk to also go in my bathroom as well. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's a good one.
I think it's AI generated, but
it's nice good.
One. Yeah. And then I printed this. So this is the I found this on Maker World. I think it was released this week, but I scaled it up a little bit because I have a more of a Chewbacca.
Did I do that? Oh, I've seen it before. I think it's a re-upload, but I've seen that one before. I may have actually printed it too. Yeah, it's a good Chewbacca model.
But I scaled it up a little bit. So I think I scaled it up to like 150. It was already
that's
kind of a big model. But I wanted to take up a little bit more space on the shelf and then put all the smaller ones in front of him. So I'm going to do that. But it turned out really well. Very easy.
Yeah.
Not a lot of supports needed. So again, there was a support in his nose. Actually, there looks like there's still a support in his nose. But yeah, so anyway, it turned out really well. Liked it a lot. So
yeah.
The 3 completed prints that I did. I also am currently printing the last of your R2D2 unit. So I will bring that over tomorrow, probably if you're home.
Yeah. Did you see he's also released an R5D4?
Boom! That's what I'm working on now. So I am actually printing this on the A1 Mini. So I printed the other one on the A1 just the A1, but I'm actually putting this one on the A1 Mini. So yeah, I speaking of that, I am working on that one now too. So I think I'm gonna it's probably gonna take up most of this week to print that. But yeah, so I'm gonna definitely have to do some rearranging of areas in the office here so I can get these droids out.
Dude, you got to print
droids.
Yeah, you got for your shelf. The Arabesh from the Arabesh Forge, I think, is going to be perfect for you because you'll be able to print little placards, names and Arabesh and stuff.
And that's what I was planning on doing too. So I definitely think I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to take a droid to work and put it on top of my desk there too. When people come over to see everything, then I can say this was printed by so and so. And
the R5D4 though, dude, you gotta hook a brother up. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I should have that one printed by next week and done.
See, if I had no, I started to print the R2 and ran into problems. I just couldn't, for whatever reason, wrong filament, wrong tolerance or whatever. But I mean, other people obviously had success with it. I just had issues.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. And I was like, that's disappointing because it would have been a nice model to put together.
I had like no issues with printing mine. Pretty much everything went off just solidly. But I did print part of the head to yours. And it was like, it was almost, probably a good, bunch of layers, 30% done or whatever. And it started messing up. And I was like, what the hell? So I stopped it and restarted it. And it worked off just fine after that.
Okay, cool.
So sometimes, it could have just been something on the bed or something that was, there, but so anyways, so that's where I'm at too, and hopefully I'll have that done. But I've been really, honestly, making droids in 3D printing is almost better than making them at Galaxy Edge.
Yeah,
and it's a lot cheaper too.
I tell you,
I'm telling you, the R2D2 unit that I printed was, the detail is incredible in that model. It is amazing. So. I am very excited to. I don't know. I want to keep printing these and maybe do some other colors of make a dark R2D2.
Yeah, black and orange or yeah.
So So anyways, and then I've got some other things I've got to print too, but I just keep. I don't know.
I know. I've got a small queue that I'm still getting through on my desk. Like, okay, it's gonna be a pain in the neck. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. But I will say that's part of the reason why it's been difficult to get more prints. Is like, okay, I've got to get the right makes.
Yeah,
I've got to get the and that's it's a completely different challenge.
These take quite a while. I started your R2 unit, and I probably would have been done, Saturday or Sunday if I had gone straight through and everything. But just sometimes it takes time to print the parts and everything. So
it's step by step, bit by bit, one by one.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like, do I really want to print that? I don't know. And I'm like, I'll put it off. I've got some helmet plaques that I wanted to do, some Clone Trooper miniatures that I wanted to do, scaling them up. And I may end up doing this coming week. I may end up printing the series of Clone Troopers. Finding a filament and going with that. I don't know what, and just having this array of Clone Troopers in these various poses, miniatures that I think were ultimately scaled up.
Yeah.
So.
See here. Share screen. Okay, there we go. Discord. And then we'll throw the Discord up here. All right, let's see what we got. An airplane.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Toilet paper holder for the wall.
Hey man, everyone needs one.
Liz. Oh, look at that! Holy cow,
dude!
Like,
someone Someone's got some splaining to do.
That is a lot of toilet paper to hang on the wall.
That's a lot of butt wipe, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's a lot of freaking butt wipe.
Yeah. I mean, I usually keep mine under the sink, but I mean, yeah.
I've got these like standalone towers in my bathrooms where it's like you just put like 4 rolls in there. And then you don't worry
I have
about
the R2D2 toilet paper holder that I found. I can't remember where I found that on, but it has the one toilet paper holder, and you remove his head. And then
I think I know what you're. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I have that one sitting out, and I let that, in case you need one. But
yeah,
let's see, a wolf.
Is that like a wolf? Oh, Midnight Wolf. There you go.
Yeah.
I told him to see if he wants to hit me on Discord.
Yeah, that's a nice wolf there.
It is a good one. Monkey?
Yep.
Orangutan?
Yeah. Nice print. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, Slimer.
Yeah.
That's a really nice one. That one turned out very well. I did one, but not like that.
Yeah, look at that.
Looks like it's a print, assemble after the fact. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a really nice Slimer, boy. To the point where Phantom Printer, I may end up
no AMF.
wanting to do that one too.
Yeah.
Huh. Oreo. I printed Oreos this week for my girlfriend. Her business cards are Oreo cookies on one side. But this is a container. Banana for scale.
Yeah. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. Twist the top. Oh, it's a fidget spinner.
No. Is it a fidget? Oh, or is it a container?
I don't know. He's not.
Now I'm curious. Maybe it is a fidget. Did it come off? He's spinning it off. I guess it is a fidget. Oreo fidget? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like waiting for it to.
Oh, he's trying.
Midnight Wolf says it is a fidget.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, it is a fidget. I got it. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm making a tool to take videos and compress them to under 10 megabytes to better upload to Discord.
Oh, nice.
It's easy. Like, I'm like, I need a tool where it's just easy. Here's the video. I need it under 10 megabyte. Go. And then, so I built it. I built a web tool. It'll be uploaded in my next one. I don't know. See, Gretchen wouldn't, she wants the little business cards that she gives out, but I don't think she'd want one of those. But that's funny. That's a big ass fidget, Midnight Wolf.
Yeah. He scaled it up 500%.
My God.
So, I think it was a lot smaller originally.
Yeah, a lot smaller.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Maybe I do want to do one. Maybe I'll do one for Jedi. I'm seeing a couple of good models that I might want to try here.
Yeah.
Container?
Yep. Storage.
Storage, yeah.
Looks like a
top hat.
Top hat, yeah.
Oh, top hat for the Solo Zero, so the PTFE tubes wouldn't rub against the glass.
Oh, I did find this. I have this in my queue. I was going to print it this morning, but then the Chewbacca was still printing. But I found a Borg Cube tissue box.
Oh, nice.
Maker World, I think. So
that's cool.
Printing that. So
that's a nice. Gretchen doesn't need a lot of that stuff. Doesn't use a lot of that stuff. Otherwise, I'd be like, make. I only make things for my girlfriend when she asks. I don't want to strap her. Well, I did strap her with the sign that I made, the Star Wars Arabesh heart from the Arabesh Forge app.
Yeah.
Rapchill's got an original design. Happy Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do they snap? Or no, it looks like multicolor print.
Yeah. Let's see what the model is.
There you go. Happy Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah, multicolored. So. But.
Yeah, multicolored. Yeah.
There's the Oreo again.
Yeah. But he said, Midnight Wolf said it was originally scaled up, but like it's normally like regular size.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might want to like print a couple of them like regular size.
Yeah.
What's it say? Imperial scaling banana. That's funny. But banana for scale.
There you go.
So funny how certain things became a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ooh, Gary the Snake.
Snake, yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's great.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I may have to do that for Jedi. Because she's into Zootopia. She
Yeah.
may really get a kick out of that. Wow, that's good. Boy, I just love what y'all are sharing here, man.
Yeah.
Things that I normally don't catch, right? Everything gets got lost in the shuffle, but
Yeah.
sometimes you see something like, yeah, I gotta have that. I gotta make that.
Oh, look at that. That's a tool for removing your nozzle.
Nozzle?
I think it's for removing your nozzle.
But which one? Which?
ADM5.
80? Yeah, I don't know the.
Yeah.
I don't know the.
Although I share his concerns about burning his finger because
Oh yeah, no.
it's so fun when you do that. So
Fun. That's the word I'm looking for.
looks like he's
Spool
got a little
holder?
snake for his spool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, these are
Oh,
nice.
the Bluey family. Boy,
Nice
those came
models.
together really well.
Yeah.
I think I saw who Druid? Was it Druid doing? Yeah, Druid. Okay, I was right. Yeah,
Yeah.
those that came out really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that skull is the same maker of the Star Wars fidgets.
Oh.
That's the same person,
yeah,
the same
yeah.
maker.
Oh, I might print that for Trayla. She might like that. 'Cause she's
So it's the same
very
mechanic.
tall, so- But yeah.
Oh, DJ inspired Druid to print it.
Nice.
Sorry, Midnight Wolf, not DJ. Sometimes I read like the first letters and then like my brain like turns off. Oh yeah, I've printed that Snowspeeder. That's the Kit Kilns Snowspeeder.
There's a Millennium Falcon. It's like a full scale one that you put together. I can't remember who makes it though. It's not on Print World. It's one of the ones you have to pay to download. But
Mhm.
I'm tempted to download it because it's a full one. There's no AMS required, no nothing. It's all put in place. You print the tools, kind of just like
Yeah.
the droids. But I'll send it to you if I find it, or I'll share it next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Find it, but I'm half tempted to do it because it also comes with a stand that you can print it on too. So,
That
the
was
sword.
Oh yeah, the sword. I think this is where
Oh,
we were
Yep,
last
that's
week
where
with
we-
the butt.
That's where we were
holder.
last week. Yeah. So, some good prints though this week for sure.
No, solid. I'm going
Yeah.
right. I'm like
It's a couple
I'm
of them I
getting-
want to
I'm-
print. So
more to download, like more for me to like. Oh crap! I gotta
now I got to print
the
more.
Oreo. The Oreo
Yeah.
I want to do because I think Jedi would get a kick out of it. I don't know if Gretchen would, my girlfriend, but Gary the Snake, I got to look at, see how that'll come together.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Slimer I'm debating. Yes. Oh, that Oreo cookie, by the way. Yeah, and I figured as much. It's a no AMS.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah. Should be easy to put together.
I mean, printing off like multiple ones should be relatively straightforward.
Yeah. Well, we'll have some good ones to put together next week. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and hopefully you'll have a droid to share.
Yeah, no doubt. AMS optimized. Okay, I've got my stuff. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I got my 3 new makes to make, and now it's a question of like, wait, hang on. Sometimes when they rename or they don't use the same name as when I download, it just becomes a pain in the ass. Like, what was this? What was that? I'm
Oh
looking
yeah,
at that Oreo
I
clicker
use
right now.
Claude to clean up. So I put all my 3D prints in a thing, but I
Right,
did have Claude help me organize some of my
your
print.
your stuff. I don't
Yeah.
Claude desktop. Nope, not gonna happen.
No, I gave it access to one folder, and that was it. So, yeah.
All right, so that's the Oreo. Maybe I'll do the Oreo fidgets. Maybe that'll be what I'll be doing here tonight, because I've got this Vader one going, and then this would have been Gary the Snake. Things that I've downloaded, things that I'm going to be making, and that's about it. We make it in an hour. I'm a happy camper. Okay, I'm looking at the Gary the Snake model. There's definitely a few plates, but the good news is that it seems to be pretty straightforward. And then how you get those pieces together, I'd worry. Well, it should be fine, depending on the filament used. And it looks like you'd need to use, for Gary the Snake, oh no, you won't need supports. It'll print supportless.
Nice.
For most of them. The head needs supports. The body shouldn't. And then he's got his, what is that? The bottom of the mouth looks like it might need some degree of supports. It's just for Gary the Snake. It's figuring out, well, what's the what colors are you going to use for it?
Yeah.
That's ultimately going to dictate, finding the right color for one thing or another. Because the Gary the Snake is long. What I'm looking at here is long. Big time.
How long is the print take?
Well, there's several pieces, but I'm slicing here to see the tail. And the only reason I do this is because Jedi is into it. Jedi's into, or maybe I say, well, maybe you should get into 3D printing Jedi and you can be printing Gary the Snake.
Yeah, there you go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still slicing. It's probably going to be, I'm looking at it, 8 hours. Yeah, about 8 hour print at a standard 0.2 millimeter layer height.
On overnight though, on MakerDeck.
Oh yeah, easily printed overnight, and then assembled after the fact. Yeah, like I said, I just have to find. I would have to find the colors, but it's a good model. It's a quote unquote solid model.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna Oreo on my mini, because on the mini I can just print 8 of them at a time or 10 of them at a time, because it's the black cookies, the pieces, and then the white, and then boom, okay, I got my Oreo fidgets done.
Yeah,
I've printed Oreo cookies.
If you print an Oreo one, I'll take an extra Oreo.
Okay, I'm printing them, because I've printed the Oreo cookies before, but they don't fidget. They're not fidget Oreos. And so printing a fidget Oreo, I think, makes it that much more fun. What
you should do is take your Oreos and put them in a bowl at the front of the thing and see how many people come in there and say, "Can I have an Oreo?"
What the hell is going on? See, now if Gretchen sees it, she's going to ask, "Can you make my business card like that?" I'm like, "It's impossible." I don't know how simple it could be, but it's plausible. Because I would just take, what I would do is I would cut off, I'd keep one side Oreo, I would slice the other half, and then copy and paste the elements onto the new part. I know what I'm thinking, how to do it, if she asked. Not that I'd want to, because that's those are amazing business cards. Then you'd really want to put an NFC tag in there so that it doesn't get lost.
Well,
I'm going to do that, though. I'm going to
just do an NFC in there now, in the fidget one, and then
that's what I'm
them
saying.
Tap it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You could put an NFC in the Oreo, but I think I'm going to do that because I have that badge and I wear that badge at pretty much every event I go to. I think I'm going to glue an NFC badge. I've got NFC tags. I have never programmed one, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to NFC my badge, if you will.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, all good ideas for next week.
very nice.
See what we end up with.
This is what happens on the average. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. I'm like looking for the stream link, and I'm staring literally at it. I'm like, where's the stream link? I'm currently on that tab.